Hi everyone, today we will do Kailash Chandra dictation transcription number 217. You can get the PDF from description box. So ready? Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, Sir, I would at the outset like to thank the honorable members who have taken part in this discussion for drawing the attention of this House to a very valuable report. The fact that he himself has contributed to this report does not in any way minimize the importance of this reference because this report deals with a subject which is of very great importance, but because it has not any immediate sensational impact, there is sometimes a tendency for such reports to be overlooked, and from that point of view, Sri Bhargav certainly deserves the thanks of this House, and I think the thanks of my ministry for having drawn its pointed attention to this report. Sir, he has given the history of how the Vigyan Mandir scheme began. I do not want to go into a very great detail of that, but the honorable members of this House will remember that the idea was originally mooted in 1953. There was only one institution established at that time. The main purpose was to bring about a scientific atmosphere in our villages. They are not so much service institution, sir. Some of the remarks which were made today probably suffered from misunderstanding on that point, and the one honorable member, a very distinguished member of this House, was surprised as to how a single officer could perform so many functions efficiently. Now, if these were service agency engaged in soil analysis or analysis of health problems or applying actual remedial measure, but the criticism would have been completely justified. But in fact, the Vigyan Mandirs are conceivable primarily as center for disseminating scientific knowledge and creating a scientific atmosphere in the villages, and that is why in each Vigyan Mandir the four most important things are the library and laboratory attached to it, the reading room, the museum, and the science club. Through the laboratory, simple experiment can be performed partly for service purpose but more in order to make villagers familiar with the techniques, science, and to make them realize how science can be of immediate value and significance in their personal life. For example, the Vigyan Mandir officer may not be in a position to give a solution of the problem of soil analysis, but he can show the experiment how diseases spread through parasites. Of course, this knowledge is becoming fairly widespread in our country, but in spite of that, there are areas in the country where anything which is done to spread such knowledge could be valuable. Then the reading room with scientific literature is there. As yet, these rooms are not very well equipped because we have just begun, but there is not enough literature in the Indian language to be of service to the villagers, and various items of literature in English or in any other language which the villagers does not know would not be of great use to him. The Science Museum has a dual purpose. On the one hand, of making the people in the locality aware of what are the scientific potentiality of the various objects of interest from the scientific or other points of view for those particular localities, but there is also the other purpose that through those science museum a spirit of inquiry is inculcated in the young man. They make these collections and bring them to the museum with the result that the museum are today the centers where cooperation in the building up of museum gives both a sense of participation and also some preliminary training in the scientific methods of collection. Then there are science clubs which also have the same purpose on a larger scale by trying to bring the schools into picture. The teacher and the pupils of the school would be the nucleus of the science club, and through them gradually scientific knowledge and scientific attitude would percolate among the older generation. These are the main purpose, and if we keep them in view, the Vigyan Mandir are essentially centers for dissemination of knowledge and only secondarily service institution. We have actually decided that wherever any health clinic is established or any soil analysis station is established by the ministry concerned, the Vigyan Mandir will no longer perform these services but refer the people to more developed institution run by the Vigyan Mandir scheme begin, and as will be seen from this report itself, in the first 4 or 5 years the progress was not very adequate. There were only 18 Vigyan Mandirs when this ministry was formed in 1958. In 5 years, only 18 had been established throughout India, and we therefore felt that we should try to have a larger number of Vigyan Mandirs. Ultimately, the aim should be to have at least one for every district, but we realized that that could not be done during the plan period. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel Steno Star.